All right, so we're going to move on to the next topic.
Hello there.
Oh, all right. So, Obi-Wan Kenobi trailer dropped finally. And what did I say? Last Monday, I said, hey, be on the lookout for Wednesday.
Yeah, you're
So I was
absolutely right. Yep, absolutely on that one. I give you credit, full 100% credit for that.
Well, it wasn't me. I mean,
Right.
shared it from somebody else. But yes. But we're going to watch this trailer. Hopefully, stream doesn't get taken down from it. But this trailer is phenomenal. And I kind of want to get your reactions to it after we watch it. Yep. So here we go.
The fight is done. We lost.
Little Luke, come on.
Stay hidden.
Already a win.
Yeah.
Music choice just
superb.
The key to hunting Jedi is patience. Jedi cannot help what they are. Their compassion leaves a trail. The Jedi Code is like an itch. He cannot help it. Where is he?
Vader there. So, tell me your thoughts on that.
Well, obviously the trailer, I feel like, leans a lot into the nostalgic part of this series that we kind of touched upon a little bit last week. You know, just playing on the fans with the music choice, with certain lines that are delivered. I personally think that this show is going to be the best out of all of the shows that Star Wars has released on Disney+. I think it's just going to be epic. It certainly has a cinematic feel to it, which is something that we attributed to the Disney Plus shows originally. And it's, it's Obi-Wan, it's kind of sells itself in a way if you're entrenched deep into Star Wars lore. And just the play on the music is something that really stood out to me, just because it's going to be kind of crazy to see what the follow-up is. So I believe it's set 10 years after episode 3, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And just to see that time period with, I want to say, a prime Vader in a way, sort of in a way, is going to be epic, honestly. And I know you just pulled this up. I read this earlier, and I was going to get your takes on it. You were going to get your take on it before the show even started. But,
yeah,
it's, yeah.
Well, I mean, it's the trailer's phenomenal to a point in getting people excited. I'm not going to sit there and say it's still this year the best trailer, and quite possibly the best trailer I've ever seen is the Doctor Strange trailer. That trailer just blew me away. But like Kenobi, I was excited for this show. Like there is nothing about this show that I was sitting there like, oh, like I don't care. No, this show has been the show I've wanted for the last 15 years. I've wanted to see the continuation of Kenobi's story. So absolutely, I'm excited for this show, and I thought that they did a good job in highlighting some of the aspects of what we're going to see in this show with the Inquisitors. And I don't want to hear people talking about designs, comparing it to a cartoon. People need to just stop with that.
Take a step back in a way.
Exactly. This is live action. Comparing it to a cartoon, you can't do that, and you shouldn't. I think overall this show is going to be amazing. Deborah Chow, who did an amazing job with what she did on The Mandalorian, I think is going to do fantastic here. So that I'm all for. But the one area that I am a little concerned about is this here. This right here concerns me because they were going to have Darth Maul return in Obi-Wan. Why? That bothers me to a point, because and then the scenes were scrapped and changed to Darth Vader at that point, which means Vader was not part of the story originally.
Which is
Uh,
mind-blowing, actually.
It's mind-blowing and worrisome to me. Not saying that the show's gonna be bad. It just worries me to sit there and you think, like, what was going through their minds when they were originally writing this show? Because we all know, we all want that story of Obi-Wan coming to realization that Darth Vader survived and he is the man in the black suit and the one that is wreaking havoc across the universe. We wanted to see that. That's what we want to see. The Darth Maul aspect has been done between him and Obi-Wan in the cartoons. Yeah, it'd be cool to see it in live action. I get that. But it would then weaken what they made over on the cartoons, in my opinion. And it's also not really needed. I think if they want to bring Darth Maul back to live action, they have a great continuation after Solo to go that route.
Yeah. Yep.
So at this point, when you really think about it, it's like, why did they even consider that? So that, to me, I'm just a little worried because the creative minds, they were so close to doing this. So it's, what other bad decisions could they have made for this show? That's why I'm worried, because from this story. But other than that, I'm still amped and excited for what we're going to get.
I just go back to the trailer that we just saw, and just the nostalgia between the two themes that they decided to use, that it just plays on Star Wars fan, like true, like deep Star Wars fans' hearts when they hear that music, because they know exactly what those scenes entailed. So to get a follow-up on it is kind of amazing to me. Whether or not the story kind of matches up to the hype that's behind it remains to be seen, obviously. I tend to lean on more of the glass half full type of guys, so I will hold out hope that the plot won't be lacking. But I'm pretty confident in Ewan McGregor's acting abilities to pull this off, and to pull off an older, more grizzled Obi-Wan that's a little war weary. So can't wait to see it. Hayden Christensen coming back as Darth Vader is obviously is going to be quite an epic scene whenever it happens. I do hope that they do the role justice and don't make it an extended cameo in a way, if that makes sense. I hope that it's more of an episodes long role rather than an extended cameo, but I guess it just remains to be seen at this point. The excitement couldn't be through the roof, and yeah.
Well, with that, I do want to bring up a couple possible spoilers for the show, because this has started making its rounds. Now, are you against spoilers? Do you not like hearing spoilers? Are you okay with hearing stuff before you see it? What are your thoughts on it?
I'm pretty open with spoilers. If someone's going to outright tell me how something ends, then that's something completely different for me. But if I'm going to know little plot details and know little characters are going to show up, I'm totally cool with it. I am more of experience it and enjoy that moment when I first experience it. So whether I know it or whether
yeah. So, according to Star Wars Meg over on YouTube, and I believe this also came from MakingStarWars.net, they are claiming that we're going to actually get 2 fights with Obi-Wan and Vader in this show. They're claiming that we're going to get a battle early on in the series where Obi-Wan struggles and kind of comes out the losing side of it. And then obviously the second battle is a little more epic, a little more intense. And obviously we've seen episode 4, 5, and 6. We know that Obi-Wan and Vader survive, so that's not spoiling anything. But that there would be a second battle between the two of them, which would be a little more intense and showing Obi-Wan opening back up to the Force in that regard. And they both have gone into great detail on their channels. If you're somebody who does like spoilers, I would encourage you to go check out Star Wars Meg or MakingStarWars.net. They have a lot of information, spoilers for the Obi-Wan show. I have listened to quite a bit of them, and I gotta say, there's a lot of it that I'm looking forward to. Some of it I'm kind of curious on why they made some of the decisions they made, but overall, I am looking forward to this show, and I think we're in for a real treat come May 25th.
Can't wait, honestly. It's going
I can't
so
either.
yeah, I feel like that's the natural progression of things. So obviously you had the lightsaber duel that ended episode 3 and it ended in the result that it did, which you can kind of argue Obi-Wan got the better hand on that, the higher
Yeah.
ground as you will. And I feel like it would be only natural to make the score even in the early onset of the series and then move forward with them dead even at a dead heat trying to, I guess, rip each other apart. So that's going to be something that's fascinating and that I'll look forward to.
And I'm going to end with this. My hope is this. My hope is that at the end, the final time that Vader and Obi-Wan meet, I kind of want Vader to think that Obi-Wan is dead. I do. I want him to beat him and think that he's dead, because then there's no reason to search for him anymore.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I want to see happen, but I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Which kind of leads into the way everything unfolded in episode 4 in a way. So it would definitely contribute to, I guess, that overall feeling. So I tend to agree with you on that. So.
And also, I mean, then again, we're also hearing rumblings that Kathleen Kennedy and Ewan McGregor, they're all talking about a possible season 2. This is supposed to be a limited series, a one run. But there's been talks about possibly doing a season 2. So what does that mean for how it ends? And obviously, in my opinion, even if they do a season 2, if they do the Vader aspect this season, they don't need to do it again in season 2. You don't even need to have Vader in season 2. Obi-Wan could have other adventures that he goes on. So
trying to restore the Jedi Order is something that I feel like is most certainly could be done. But something that's been, I guess, hashed over a couple of times, but it's going to be interesting for sure. I definitely went into this thinking that this is going to be a limited time series. This is the news about Kathleen Kennedy commenting on a possible season 2 is news to me. So it's Disney and the machine trying to obviously capitalize on some of its more popular characters due to the familiarity with it. So can't really fault them for that, but it might do it justice. It might not do it justice. We'll just have to wait and see. So
definitely wait and see for this. But I cannot wait for Obi-Wan. I just can't. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, so
yeah, I'm right there with you.
All right, next.